Hey guys, so today we will be solving linear inequalities. Solving linear inequalities is very similar to solving linear equations. However, the only difference is that rather than having an equal sign, we have an inequality sign. So these inequality signs can be greater than, less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to inequality signs. And we would solve these problems here similar to how we would solve linear equations. So we'd put the x terms on one side and everything else on the other side. So let's solve these three problems and show you how we would calculate linear inequalities. So if we just expand this bracket here first, so we have 3x plus 3 times 2, which is 6, which is more than x minus 1. And then we bring all the x terms to one side. So we bring the x over this side and the 6 over to this side. So we have 3x minus x is more than minus 1 minus 6. And then we just simplify. So we have 2x is more than minus 7. And then x is therefore more than, and because it's times by x, we bring it over, it's divide. So we have minus 7 over 2, which is minus 3.5. And then just to prove whether this solution is correct, what we can do is we can find a value of x which is more than minus 3.5 and substitute it back into this original equation and see if it satisfies it. So if we put minus 2, which is larger than minus 3.5, let's see if it satisfies this inequality, which is greater than. So if we put 3 and we just put here x is equal to minus 2. So we have 3 and then x is minus 2 plus 2 is more than minus 2 minus 1. And then because minus 2 plus 2 is 0, 0 times 3 will be 0. So that's 0 here. And that's more than minus 3 minus 1, which is minus 2 minus 1, which is minus 3. So therefore, this solution satisfies x equal to minus 2. So our solution here, which is x is more than minus 7 over 2, is correct. So let's move on to the next problem. So what we need to do here is a little bit more simplification and expansion of brackets. So if we do 2 times 3, that's 6. 2 times minus 4x, which is minus 8x, which is less than or equal to, because we have that line here, so it's less than or equal to, and then it's 5, and then we expand these brackets, so it's minus, because we've got a minus there, 2 times 3x, that's minus 6x, and then minus 2 times plus 5, that's minus 10. And then what we do is we bring all of the x terms on one side and all of the other terms on the other side. So let's just do that. So we have minus x. And then we bring the minus 6x over to this side. It becomes a plus 6x. And then we have less than or equal to 5 minus 10. And then we bring over the 6. So that's minus 6 because it was plus 6 on this side. And then we just simplify. So we have minus 8x plus 6x, so that's minus 2x is less than or equal to 5 minus 10 minus 6. So 5 minus 10 is minus 5, minus 6 is minus 11. And here we need to apply another rule. So when we times or divide by a negative number, when we have inequalities, we have to reverse the inequality. So in this case, because it's minus 2 times x, when we bring it over, it'll become a divide. And because we're dividing by a minus number, we have to reverse the inequality. So it's x, and it becomes more than or equal to minus 11 over 2. And because it's a minus 11 divided by a minus 2, it becomes a plus. So we have x is more than or equal to 11 over 2, which is 5.5. So let's go on to our final problem. So here it looks a bit more complicated, but we just need to simplify it a bit more. So what we need to do here is bring the 5 over to this side and the 3 over to this side. So if we bring the 3 over, it becomes 3, open bracket, 7x minus 1. And then it's more than, and then we bring the 5 over to this side, 5 times 2, and we have 5x plus 2x. And then we just simplify. So we have 3 times 7, which is 21x, minus 3 is more than, and then 5 times 2, which is 10, and then 10 times 5, which is 50, and then we have 10 times 2, which is plus 20x, and then we just simplify further, so we have 21x, and then we bring over this plus 20x, that becomes minus 20x is more than 50, and then it's a minus 3 here, so it becomes a plus 3, and then we have 21x minus 20x, so that's just x is more than 53, and that's our solution for this final linear inequality. So I hope you guys found this video useful, and please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.